didn't see you there. Nope. Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. I'm John Hilgers. Welcome to another episode of Outdoor Troubadours. We're here at Combative Weapons Solutions on a hot Texas summer day. We're here with Mayeux and Broussard. Let's get to know them a little bit.
I'm Tate Mayeux.
And I'm Brian Broussard.
Mayeux and Broussard, baby. We met during Halloween one night, just through some mutual friends. And Brian was dressed up as Teen Wolf. And
What were you dressed as?
I think I was a runner. I just had like short shorts and like a headband on. I was poor, I couldn't afford an outfit.
I was going to school, Tate was going to hairstylist school.
Yeah, I was in beauty school.
Beauty school. Then we started picking around, playing some music together. He started picking on a tune and I turned around and I grabbed a guitar and half the people we're with, I don't even think knew I played. And so we just started picking up and we busted out a song and people thought it was rehearsed. And
And we still play that song today.
Yeah. Still, it came together pretty well.
Our first song, we still play it.
Yeah, and the rest is downhill.
By the end of the night, that night, we were across the street from where we were staying. There was a life-size replica of Stonehenge.
We got on top of the Stonehenge.
Got on top of Stonehenge with our guitars and beers, and some dude named Big Jim came in his truck at like 4 a.m.
And yelled at us.
He was screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh yeah.
Which, I don't know how many times you've heard, get the off Stonehenge, you know?
As a band, Mayeux and Broussard has played well over 1,000 shows within in about 5.5, 6 years. We have 2 records under our belt, a couple demos, a couple EPs, and we stay pretty active, but I'd say at least 1,000. I would say maybe even close to 1,500.
It wouldn't be a school without some great instructors. Let's get to know them a little bit. Oh, safety first, right?
My name is Lee Vernon, CEO and owner of Combative Weapons Solutions, based out of Austin, Texas. I have about 24 years of experience as a first responder, riding fire and EMS. About 7 years ago, we started the company realizing the need for reality-based training within the context of the real world. So we are comprised of fire, EMS, law enforcement, and prior military. It's all about making sure we provide a safe training environment for people. We provide the most realistic training within the context of the world we live in as civilians, and make sure we have fun. That's the most important part. So altogether, it's all about educating and making better shooters, and that's why we're here today.
Hi, I'm Chris with Combative Weapons Solutions. I'm the Director of Training here. I started my law enforcement career at 18 years old with the United States Army, where I was a federal corrections officer. From there, I became a police officer here in Central Texas. Been doing that for the last 17 years. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn everything about the shotgun. It's a versatile gun. It's got a little bit of a limited capacity, quite a few manipulations on the shotgun to really get it running efficiently. But we're gonna cover each one of those today. We're gonna do it safely. We're gonna have a great time. It's hot out here, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. How you doing? Tate. Brian, nice to meet you. John, always a pleasure.
See you, buddy.
I'm Tate Mayeux, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Another episode here at TWS, man. We couldn't be more excited.
Absolutely, man. We're happy to have you guys back.
Yeah. What do we got going on? Today's your day, right?
Today is my day, man. We're gonna be running some shotgun all day. We're gonna talk about grip, stance, all about mitigating the recoil of the shotgun, doing some slug changeovers, some tack reloads, some speed reload, myths that surround the shotgun as far as how it pertains to home defense. Do a little bit of testing with some drywall. What do you say we go get those shotguns?
Sounds great.
Let's do it.
Guys,
You're being filmed right now, that's what.
so we're gonna be on this show called Outdoor Troubadours. You should check it out, it's a bad show. And we're gonna be, me and Brian are gonna be shooting big old guns this week. But they're gonna film this song
Make some noise, Austin!
All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cover a safety briefing, right? Safety first, safety always. So there's 4 firearm safety rules. The first one is fingers off the trigger until you're on target with the intent to fire. That finger is high indexed up along the receiver so that it's nowhere near that trigger, okay? Second one, we treat all guns as if they're loaded. The third one is muzzle awareness. We train for a real world scenario where downrange isn't always in one specific direction. So we want to practice good muzzle awareness, right? So where our eyes are at, our muzzle's at, right? So we advocate a high port carry so that where I'm looking, I can see and maintain control. And the last rule is to be aware of your target's foreground and background. One of the things we like to talk about when we start talking about shotguns is like myth busting. So what are some of the things that you guys might have heard about the shotgun?
Birdshot doesn't bust through drywall.
Okay, that's a good one, right? We got a lot of guys that would advocate birdshot for home defense because it's not gonna over-penetrate that drywall. All right, so we're gonna load one number 8 birdshot into the chamber. If this was a child or another adult on the other side of this wall, they've sustained some serious injury. This birdshot clearly penetrates through that drywall. This is standard drywall and standard 2x4, just like you would find in all of your homes. Birdshot's gonna penetrate drywall just like any other shotgun round that you could use for home defense. So we were talking about one of the things about shooting the shotgun is the recoil, and people can be a little bit put off by the recoil, when in actuality it can just boil down to some simple techniques to mitigate a lot of that recoil. Having a little weight to you helps sometimes too, but probably most of you are taught, right, pull the shotgun real tight into the shoulder, pull back on it, really get a hold on it. We're gonna fire 1 round into the target. You guys are looking for muzzle rise. So this is pulled in real tight to the shoulder like we've all been taught. Right, so as that energy of the projectile is pushing out past the muzzle, right, it sends a lot of that gas pressure back and out, and we get rise off the muzzle. So what we're gonna do, instead of pulling that buttstock into our shoulder, we're simply gonna place the buttstock up against our chest pocket, and then we're gonna apply forward pressure out onto the foregrip, all right, as if we're trying to stretch that gun longer. You guys watch the muzzle. All right, so we started with birdshot, right? Really pulled into the chest shoulder pocket. We saw what that did with muzzle rise. Now we've moved all the way up to a 1-ounce rifled slug. Again, this is not the kind of position or posture that we advocate shooting, but merely to let you understand that recoil is not something to be feared, just managed, all right? Again, the shotgun doesn't go flying, right? It doesn't rock us back onto our heels near as much as we would anticipate that happening, right?
I mean, those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head.
I've got a pretty good one that you don't have to aim the shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
just point and
It
shoot.
just sprays and it gets everybody.
Sprays everywhere, the pattern's gonna expand. And that comes down to distance. The pattern holds tighter the closer we are to the target. So let's see if we can't take a precision shot with some double-aught buck.
It looks like the only shot you can take at 15 feet is a precision shot. I mean, that's a tiny spread right there, especially with
Absolutely.
double-aught buck.
So if we move back a little further, or we push the shotgun to the right or to the left through bad technique, it's certainly possible to miss with the shotgun. You guys ready to get shooting?
Heck
love
yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's go grab these shotguns.
Yes.
Gun! Good, weapon on safe. Good! Good, feed those magazine tubes, feed those magazine tubes.
So wait, these ones?
Yep, from the back, pull from the back and feed. So we're gonna do this last drill of the day. It's a 10-shot drill, right? So we're gonna start out with one in the chamber and a full tube. We're gonna run through it on the target down here. Then you guys will speed reload, then feed the tube, and 5 more rounds into the target, all right? Everybody's got eyes and ears?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, so here's the cool thing, because we got something special planned for y'all. We don't need the ears, because we've got the Salvo 12. So we've got it set at 8, which is safe to use without ear pro, and still keeps it from being really long.
Oh, come on.
What are you
It's a close target. It's a... Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Let's go. Come on.
How many is it? 5.
I think now at this point we're ready to get into some carbine action. Turn it up. That sounds good.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Boom.
All right, guys, we're gonna start with the carbine. So we have 3 things we have to account for: sights, trigger mechanics, and then we're gonna have our foundation. So on a carbine, look at the relation of the sights, whether there be your irons or your red dot, versus the relation of the barrel. There is what we call a height over bore that we have to account for. Bullets don't fly in a straight line. They actually are an arc. Once it leaves the gun, it goes up, it's gonna apex at a certain distance, and then it's gonna start to fall because of gravity. If I'm aiming at, say, the head, and I'm aiming for the center nose, my impact is actually going to be about 2 inches down because of my height over bore. I have a little bit of room, a little bit of play, as you can see. I want to take that slack out, and I feel a wall. I feel tension on the trigger. Once I press past that, it's going to allow the gun to fire. Notice I held my finger to the back, still holding onto the trigger. The gun would go bang, bolt cycles. Now, as I slowly release this out, did you hear the pop? Yeah. That is called trigger reset. Very short movement. Versus, most people take it off, all the way off, back on. It's not efficient. Third process we're gonna focus on today is our foundation. And that starts from our feet, works to our hips, shoulders, all the way out to our hands. We're square to the target. When we go to place the gun up into our shooting position, I don't want it to ride up into the shoulder joint because that's not stable. I want to ride it basically in the center of the pectoral muscle. Meet contact with my cheek. Notice how the shoulder wraps around compared to here where there's a lot of movement. I bring it in, raise that up, shoulder comes in. Now I've got a nice secure purchase point for the gun itself. It's going to want to go up. By putting that thumb over the top, it allows me a little bit of downward pressure and it keeps the gun stable. We will flip it off of safe and proceed to make rounds downrange. When we're done firing the gun, it goes back on safe and the gun can come down to a ready position. All right, let's go to work.
Come on, who's got it fastest?
Wait! Who are you, mister? If you're shooting, we'll come.
Was it 4? Ah, that's fun.
Hey, you know what, guys?
You're being filmed right now. That's what.
So, we're going to be on this show called Outdoor Troubadours. You should check it out. It's a badass show. And we're going to be, me and Brian are going to be shooting big old guns this week. But they're going to film this song. So y'all act like y'all are seeing like Motley Crue or something, okay? Y'all get crazy, all right?
It might get like 100,000 YouTube hits.
No, dude, it's on real TV. I already asked. Make some noise, Austin!
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Lord, I know I ain't living too well. A life more dirty
dirty than a rusty